we are going to really go in depth on an interesting, for the most part untrodden topic, Antarctica. The continent is huge, icy, and sometimes referred to as the seventh continent. However, within the vastness of its form, it remains a mystery. Whose country is this apparently inhospitable land? Then, what treaties and conventions govern its use? And what politics over the governance of this continent foretells about what's in store for the world? Now let us discuss those questions in the next 15 to 20 minutes and scan lots of visions of Antarctica besides, as well as some specific challenges that the continent shows against much more connected worlds. Let me wonder perhaps before that. There are actually reasons why Antarctica looks especially peculiarly unique, and no native population lives in this continent, and by no country does one put up a claim of proprietorship. This is the unique field of governance governed by an impressively great document called the Antarctic Treaty, signed way back in 1961 that began its full implementation in that same year. The Antarctic Treaty is signed by no less than 54 countries, not to mention powerful supercountries like the United States, Russia, and China. These three objectives include that Antarctica be utilized for peaceful purposes only and no military activities be allowed, cooperation in scientific research so that scientists from the different countries can work on this extreme continent together, and preserving the Antarctic environment and ecosystem. Although the Antarctic Treaty maintains that no new territorial claim shall be recognized, still, many countries have been making claims. On geographical grounds or even just because of history of exploration claims are there. Countries that advance claims included within its British Antarctic Territory, the United Kingdom, then Argentine Antarctic Province through which Argentina made its claim, and Chile through part known as the Chilean Antarctic Territory. The amazing fact here is that these claims are almost put aside by this treaty. There should be no new claims, and the countries work together to carry out research and explore. Antarctica forms an important constituent of the climate system on Earth. 60% fresh water held in Earth as ice sheets of Antarctica. The scientists have sounded a red alert as rising temperature would result in severe melting of ice, and an increase in sea levels caused by melting ice because of global warming is an awful threat. Among those, one is Thwaites Glacier, otherwise known very popularly as the Doomsday Glacier, that is melting with an alarming rate in this shortest period, and hence if melted down completely may contribute to a few feet increase in sea level. And thus, it forms an all-time global threat, hence proving that the fate of Antarctica is not related to the affairs of the respective regions but of the world at large. The specific weather and the Antarctic environment put it at a place, making it a perfect choice for scientific study. They are located at every part of the continent. One has to turn around because there is no country not represented. As reported by the Scientific Committee on Antarctic Research, there are well over 80 permanent stations that exist in Antarctica. As listed, some of these are in operation, where the largest owned station which has operated in Antarctica and was by the United States, the McMurdo Station, is the Central Research on Science. The research made there is helpful in learning about climatic change, glaciology, and biodiversity. At present, much concern has also been made regarding resources that are available in Antarctica, mainly on mineral resources and marine life. Recently, much concern has also focused on oil and gas extraction, mainly because the present technological development now makes this possible. However, the Protocol on Environmental Protection to the Antarctic Treaty prohibits mineral exploration and extraction at least till 2048. So, what will happen when the moratorium runs out? For example, if other countries like China expand more their dominance on the continent, then they may continue to plunder the natural resources, and from it a serious conflict can emerge. The scene of researchers in Antarctica is changing with AI. This will make large quantities of environmental data easier to be used by researchers in order to enhance the rate of accuracy with which the climatic patterns and wildlife mobility are predicted. These technologies will send AI-powered autonomous drones together with subaqueous robots to monitor the population of wildlife and gather data in inaccessible areas of Earth. It is in this development that scientists can easily manage to achieve such important information without involving a human element in such vital elements of the environment. Most activists demand more regulation and protection of Antarctica's ecosystems. The activists feel this continent should not become a commercial playground in the first place. The people feel that while the Earth is increasing in population and also further enlarging along with the use of Earth's resources going on day by day down, at some stage in the course of time, we would have to resort to controlled extraction of resources from Antarctica so that we can fulfill humanity's demands for future. This further cooperation and peaceful space research might be useful since the further militarization armed or the further increase in the claim of the occupied territories will provoke some new forms of conflict that will roll back the hard-won international cooperation gained after dozens. Taking our last stop at who controls Antarctica, the seventh continent might unfold complexities of political interest, science cooperation, and environmental problems. The Antarctic Treaty system involves peace and science in a system of governance that is uniquely singular. With the interest everywhere around the world about its resources rising, certainly, someday soon, it will pose a challenge for nations because their commitment will not be to conflict but to cooperate instead. What's in store for Antarctica? Can we keep going on the way things do or protect such a sensitive environment with science and thus also protect the environment? Certainly, something that has nothing to do with sovereignty but does something with global responsibility by the custodian of Earth in protecting a piece of their Earth. Thanks for watching.